Let's get started with the Punch. It's got this major headline: Worry Refinery. Marketers project price drop as production resumes. The rider right here. Operators foresee stiffer competition among local refiners. Await Kaduna Refinery. Tax bills. PDP others back Mohammed as presidency knocks governor. Federal government votes 53 billion naira for 103 foreign missions renovation. Itodo should probe 436 deaths in accidental bombings. Wike's camp protests as Fubara presents budget to three-man assembly. Tinubu, Obasanjo, world leaders eulogize Carter. Nigeria Labour Congress, organized private sector, fear rising inflation over failed food import policy. Insecurity. IPOB tackles Soludo, folds governor on Kanu's release. Ogun mechanic jailed 6 years for stealing customer's car. Ogun, Ekiti, Oshun, others sign 2025 appropriation bills. And that's it on The Punch this morning. Moving on now to what The Guardian has got. On The Guardian, Pursing of the year 2024, there's a slide right there on the front page. Nigerians in diaspora, from broken dreams to new global value chain. Higher education, more varsities or better quality. Nigerians anticipate end to fuel import as refining capacity surges. Regulator insists on cost-based study before planned telcos tariff hike. Itodo approves 3 billion naira for 80 Kogi communities affected by climate change. Family slams Ayedatiwa for dishonoring, disrespecting Akeredolu. Army arrests 8 suspected oil thieves, recovers stolen products. Fubara presents 1.18 trillion naira budget to Oko Jumbo-led assembly. Police vow to rescue abducted pastors in Adamawa hunt for perpetrators. Lawan decries high interest rates, prefers solution to economic hardship. Court orders DSS to release Badejo, says detention unlawful. And that's it on The Guardian. Let's move on now to the Vanguard.
On the Vanguard newspapers on the front page, alleged terrorism financing. Court gives EFCC go-ahead to freeze 24 accounts. Forgive Wike's utterances against you. Minister's kinsmen beg Odili. FG's borrowings drive up money supply 51% to 108 naira 96 108 trillion. That's 108.96 trillion naira. FG's borrowings drive up money supply 51% to 108.96 trillion naira. Fubara unveils 1.188 trillion naira 2025 budget, prioritizing roads, agriculture, health. 2027, I have no pact with Atiku. Obi, says Kwankwaso. Nigeria's woes caused by leaders and followers, says Obasanjo. Nigeria's free fall threatens 2025 fiscal plan. Olowo Kere sentenced to death over chicken, released from prison. And finally, on the Vanguard, luxury bus owners increase trips as travelers hail Tinubu for 50% fare palliative. These and many more headlines you'd find on the Vanguard newspapers this morning.
Moving on now to what this day is saying before we go on to the Daily Trust. On this day, NNPC announces commencement of production at Warri Refinery. Tinubu Lords oil firms seeks speed up of work on other facilities. Confirms refinery revamped with about $900 million, producing at 60% capacity. Lokbobiri says availability part gain of deregulation. Tinubu Obasanjo, Obi Sani Mon, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter. Ahmed Lawan, Nigerians hungry in desperate situation. Oyedele, new minimum wage earners, others to enjoy full exemption from tax. Ayedatiwa, Abiodun signed 2025 budgets into law. UNICEF, Canadian government provide over 4,000 bottles of vitamin A to improve maternal, newborn, and child health in Bauchi. 2024 ends with tragic air crashes involving commercial airlines. 289 fatalities recorded since January. NEC transfers regulatory oversight to Ogun Electricity Commission. Abiodun, Ogun to construct Anthony Joshua indoor boxing ring. And that's it on this day.
And moving on now to the Daily Trust at the front page, 2025 budget, 20 MDAs to spend 14.3 billion naira on computers. Warri Refinery, marketers hint at further petrol price cuts. Kano approves health insurance for inmates. 7 die as hoodlums, security operatives clash in Anambra. Governor Sule suspends Teachers Commission chair. Oyebanji, Sule sign 2025 budgets. Currency in circulation hits 4.8 trillion naira amidst cash squeeze. We can't guarantee quality service without tariff review, according to telecom operators. ACF condemns Sokoto airstrike, demands probe and compensation. NERC grants Ogun power to regulate electricity sector. Over-reliance on oil, recipe for mass poverty, unemployment, says Reps Speaker. APC, PDP, SDP, 7 others to participate in Ondo LG polls. Some NNPC bigwigs are asking Governor Yusuf to stand alone, according to Kwankwaso. And finally, MDAs, schools budget 96 billion naira for sporting activities in 2025. And that's a good place to leave it on the Daily Trust. It's time to get to your reactions. The numbers to call are 0700 951 0809 597 4869.
Do note when you get through on the phone lines, move away from your device, give your name, your location, and kindly go straight to sharing your thoughts. We're also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Itodo.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning.
Good morning to all Nigerians. Yes, Oku is my name. Itodo.
Yes, please.
STF condemn Sokoto bombing. Yes, they are supposed to condemn it, but let them take left and right. They are the one that asked their people to vote Tinubu because of Muslim ticket. And the issue of insecurity in this country. Does it mean that Nigeria will continue dying like this until APC concluded their leadership? It's unfortunate. Someone is answering commander-in-chief and of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And they are killing Nigeria like cow every day by day. From north, from east, from west, from north to south. And if we thought they say that you are against the APC,
all right.
You have the Buhari, you have the APC. Huh? Thank you. Have a nice celebration.
Have a good day, Okwi. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, the angelic Gabriela and Itodo Habakar calling from Gwagwala, the compliment of the season.
Welcome. Go ahead, please.
It is a good one that Ogun State government is proposing to build the indoor sport facility in order to honor the Anthony Joshua. It's a good one. We must support all our own, most especially our sporting heroes and heroines who are projecting the image of Nigeria positively. They are even greater than some of our politicians who continue to cause economy woes. And back to Konkosu. Konkosu should not be what they say in northern Nigeria. Kadangaram by Chintuli. I forgot the other proverb that is equivalent to what I say in Hausa. It should not be spoiler. It should not be concerning the coalition talk. The whole opposition group should close their ranks. It is to rescue the soul of Nigeria. Nigeria has not been this worse. It is barbaric that a recently village country like Nigeria will be a total mess among the community of nations.
All right.
This is not a style of good governance. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Let's get to the live stream right now as well as your messages on the WhatsApp platform. The WhatsApp number is 08099930137. Do all to include your name and your location when you send the message. Noah Clems on YouTube says, nice to see you both on the last day of the year. Hope to see you next year. Beyond is what he ends his message with. Good morning, Albert A. Ajia. Happy New Year in advance. Watching live from Kabusa. And on Facebook, Comrade Aliyu Musa Kazim says, my own input is on economic hardship in the country. The government should wake up and do the needful before it gets out of control. While Eddie Basso says he is watching live from Abuja, Kwankwaso has no political influence, is what nobility is saying. Go ahead.
He also says that Obasanjo is correct, but he was part of the leaders that put Nigeria where they are today. Clems says Wike supporters should allow Fabara to focus on how to better the lives of Rivers people through his promises. They have already lost the battle. Okwandu Obina says even if there is less dependence on oil, what corruption, lack of leadership and selfishness continues to fester on Nigeria as it is today, nothing good will come out of it. I put it to you that the leadership in Nigeria has done more harm than anything. Many of our leaders have come to loot and go home, is what Okwandu Obina says.
Let's get back to the phone lines right now. It's 6:45 right here. We're going through the headlines and getting your reactions to them. You can catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Good morning.
Good morning, Dodo.
Welcome.
Thank you,
There's something happening with your connection. There's a static sound. It's hard to make out what you're saying. Casey, we got that. Please go ahead.
Can I hear you?
We can barely hear you, Casey. We have to let you go so you can get the chance to call back again, all right? And move away from your device. That could be the reason for the static sound in the background. Good morning.
Good morning, Father Kinito.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody budget 20 billion naira for computer. Is it more that every year we buy computers? In their own house, is it how they use computers? Every year we budget for car. What about the old ones? Well, someone of as I put it, if you know that you cannot manage this thing the way you're managing it, you resign. That's not how to run an economy. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Donatus. God bless you, and God bless Nigeria. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dickie Itodo.
Welcome, sir.
The one once again. And Gabriela, I greet you.
Good morning.
My name is Salasi once again. I greet the listeners and callers of this great radio station. I want to talk about Ahmed Lawa saying that Nigeria are hungry. Their government started when he was the Senate president. Did he tell Buhari the closure of border and everything that Nigeria were going through? Did he tell Buhari? Now he is in this government now, and he's telling the government that Nigeria are hungry. They brought the hunger to this country. So he should talk to his people. He should talk to his political party, and he should talk to them in the Senate that Nigeria are hungry. So he shouldn't be saying, bringing all these rhetoric. Then I want to pray. I hope that our security men will rescue these people in Adamawa. These clergymen that were kidnapped yesterday in Adamawa, we are urging them. They should do more so that these people will be reunited with their family. And Leah Sharibu too need to be reunited with her family. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Salasi.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Adol Officer from this allergy.
Go ahead.
Welcome.
The governor of Rivers State, he sent a budget to three lawmakers. Yeah? Utility continues, but this is what we call the conversation of our position. Politicians continue to mess up our country, mess up our position. In fact, some of them are not good men. So it's laying down a bad precedent. Because some of them because this government they have immunity and they believe they can do it. Well, we know that there is a fight between him and the wicked, but I will just advise him and wicked, let them go and settle their. They have always settled this between two of them. Two of them will have to sit down on the table and tell themselves the whole truth. All these circumstances, all these bad advisors cannot help them. They will continue to fear the country because they're benefiting. They're benefiting from the country. So it is wicked and Budala. They know what they have entered. Let the man honor the agreement. They have entered into agreement. This man supported more than less, financially, illegally, and illegally. So nobody will take it for them. It is between Wike and Budala. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adiola, for sharing your thoughts on that. How would you typically settle a squabble with a friend of yours? Would you have a conversation, or since it's the end of the year, you decide to cut them off in 2025? What strategies can, both parties, the governor and the ex-governor, do to ensure that this tension that they are going through is settled in the interest of the people they claim to love, which would be those who are resident and from Rivers State? Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm calling from Austin.
Please go ahead.
Yes, on the issue of Congress saying is not having the party Atiku or be concerning the 2027 election. I think these politicians, they have started again and it's all about their own personal and selfish interest. This is how they did it in 2023 and we found out where we are today. So why is it difficult for them to come together to make this country different? It's very hard for me to really understand it. Unless this independent candidacy comes to stay, we will not have it right in this country. They should just come together and then let us have an independent candidacy. Then that Nigeria will be able to stand and rally around the ones they like that would deliver them from this mess. If not, we'll continue like this. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Structure is a very important thing in politics. And if you want to build a political career or win an office, they always say it's important to have structure. And if you were to say independent candidacy is the way to go in Nigeria, how will the person be able to reach out to various parts of the country? Because it takes more than one person to win an election. You have to be able to garner support from every nook and cranny of the country to ensure that you get to that office. If you are maybe, for instance, vying for presidency in this regard. Independent candidacy, are we ready for that? We've had this conversation about it back and forth every now and again. And maybe before the next election, that would be something that would be put forward. That would pretty much elevate the status of our electoral process.
Elevate?
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying, that it will make it a lot better if that option were to be available.
Well, we can only just wait and see if indeed that will be true, because we already know the peculiarities with, the party system. Now imagine if everybody was running on a level playing field, how chaotic that would be. But then again, Nigeria could surprise us, and that just might be the structural need that we've been seeking all this time. So fingers crossed.
All right. We've got the news coming up at 7 o'clock. It's 6:52 right here. And we've got a few minutes to take some messages on the live feed as well as on WhatsApp. And then we'll go on a breather for the news. But Ayinaya Phillips says the civil service is being transformed through a performance management system, the PMS. Computers and softwares are needed to drive that reform. Some ministries, already work online from the past administration. Good morning, Abdullahi Ahmed. Thank you for your compliments and your blessings.
All right, moving on now to WhatsApp. Wazu John Lasisi from Buhari says 2025 is going. Oh, thank God for the gift of life. Deacon and Deaconess, see you in 2025.
We're not there yet.
I'm not a deaconess to start with. I haven't been called into that ministry.
They're about to give you the title, so tap into your inner spirituality.
You know what now?
Yes.
I need to go on the mountain for like 3 months.
So if I send prayers to your email, you would not
No, please.
accept it?
Accept your prayers or blessings. Obviously, I would accept it. But ministry is a different ballgame entirely. I don't think I'm ready to answer that call.
Okay.
Anyway, this says, my contribution this morning is on the Nigerian economy. In my own reading of literature, it tells me that in any human society, economy is a determinant factor. So to that extent, if Nigeria is not getting access to finance, how do we expect the economy to grow in Nigeria? That is from Danjuma Eagle, aka Baba Reza from Sabon Use. And this here says, forgive Wike's utterances. Has Wike himself realized his offensive utterances against Odili? Unless Wike swallows his pride, he will remain unrepentant. But he should remember that what goes around comes around. There's no name on that one. But thanks for sharing. This here says, good morning, compliments of the season. This is Chinelo. I want to ask, when will the government stop deceiving us with this word, minimum wage? Since they said minimum wage will be paid up until now, nothing has been done. This administration has failed its citizens. Insecurity everywhere, hunger, transportation is high. The president should do something.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Welcome.
This is Nigeria Info.